And welcome to the 2022 Youth National Championships 9 and under division. Twin City gets ready to kick it off to the Georgia Eagles. Rematch of last year's championship game. Twin City in the black, Georgia Eagles in the blue. Tries to step it up in the field and gets close to around the 46-yard line. So we get this game underway, one of the most anticipated matchups all year between these two. They've circled it on the calendar, played each other last year and also in preseason in Georgia. Let's say Twin City Outlaws was the victor each time. And off left-hand side, hit in the backfield, balled up right away. He's going to lose yards there. The line of scrimmage was a 48 of the Outlaws, but he'll be hit on the other side of the 50. That's going to be a loss of maybe 3 yards. Handoff, makes one player miss, gets all the way out to around the 42-yard line, and a nice run for the Eagles. Third and 4. Eagles in the shotgun. Calls his own number. He'll get all the way out to around the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for this Georgia Eagles offense. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Twins to the top and the bottom of the screen. Quarterback and shotgun for the Eagles. 1st and 10. Handoff, makes one player miss. And not a lot of yards there. Looks like it was going to be a big gain, but the Outlaws was able to converge on the tackle very quickly. So that's going to be around 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Opening quarter, opening drive for this Eagles offense. As I said earlier in this broadcast, a rematch of last year's NYC championship. Same formation, double doubles. One set back. Handoff once again, off tackle, makes one player miss, and out to around the 19-yard line. He'll be close at the sticks. Let's see, that's going to be enough for another Eagles 1st down. So Eagles are on the move right now on their opening drive. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. This time quarterback calls his own play. He has some pursuit, and he's going to be hitting the backfield. He'll lose yards there, and he'll lose about 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 14. Very nice defensive play as a defensive end. Was not fooled on that play at all. Brings up 2nd and long. Eagles need to get down to the 9-yard line for a first down. Just under 6 minutes in this first quarter of play. Empties the backfield. Throws a bubble. Makes one player miss. Still on his feet. Gets around to around the 15-yard line. Still won't be enough for a first down. Going to bring up a very important third down for this Georgia Eagles offense. Third and around 6 yards. 5 minutes and 26 seconds in the first quarter. So they'll spread out this Outlaws defense, empty the backfield once again. Quarterback will call his own number. It's 1-on-1, and he slips on the football field. Looked like he had some yards that he had some open green in front of him. Tried to make a cut, and he slips. And so that's going to be about 6 yards still short of the first down. So that's going to bring up 4th and 6 for this Georgia Eagles offense. Close to 4th and 5. Get the play call in from the sidelines. Quarterback will come into the huddle. So on this opening drive, a very important 4th down conversion already. And we're going to have timeout on the field. They'll want to talk about it. So that's going to be 4th and around 5 for this Georgia Eagles offense. Empties out the backfield once again. And this time he'll throw it. Sees it across the middle. And is it a catch? Yes or no? Incomplete. Oh, man, he had a man wide open to the end zone and just underthrows it. So as the ref tells us up here, it was a flag on that play, a legal shift, penalties decline. And so it'll be 1st and 10 going the other way. Outlaws, 4 minutes and 12 seconds in a scoreless opening quarter as the Eagles drive stalls in the red zone. They got what they wanted, one-on-one coverage, and had them streaking in the end zone and just was a little short. Direct snap, and he's hit in the backfield. Won't be able to get yards there. Has some room there. Still on his feet. Gets all the way out to around the 19 or 20-yard line. And a nice gain for the Outlaws on second down. That's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Outlaws. Handoff, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, gets across the 30 and lowers his shoulder. And that's going to be 1st and 10. Outlaws with physical play of football. So they'll move the chains. 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the first quarter. The Outlaws get out of their own shadow of the end zone and moves the chains for another 1st and 10. Tight formation, double tights for the Outlaws offense. Quarterback under center. Hand it off to the short side of the field. Spins out of one tackle, won't spin out of the rest as he'll be escorted out of bounds by a host of Eagles. No gain on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Outlaws. Minute 28 and ticking. Double tights once again. And he'll be tackled at line of scrimmage. There's going to be a flag on the play, and that's usually in the area of holding. Let's see the official call from the white hat. And that is the indication. So they'll back him up 10 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd and 20 for this Outlaws offense. It's a rivalry built between these two teams. And I can tell you in the media day that we had yesterday, we can tell and you can feel the intensity in the air. And we knew this team would come out, or both teams I should say, with a lot of sparks flying on both sides of the ball. So that's going to bring up 2nd and long for this Outlaws offense. They'll come up with twins to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom, quarterbacks and shotgun, and they're going to have motion on the line. A little miscommunication between the left tackle and the quarterback. He was ready to rock and roll, so they'll back up another 5 yards. And they're going the wrong way right now as they're trying to come out with their first initial drive. 2nd and extremely long for this Outlaws offense.
Yeah.
Timeout on the football field. And when we come back, we'll continue more action right here. Eagles, Outlaws on Generation Next, powered by AG Sports. Hand off to the right-hand side. Tries to set the edge, and he has some room, and he's all the way up to around the 40. Makes the player miss. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Let's see, wait. The whistle's blown. So the Outlaws will be backed up another 10 yards, penalty on that last play, holding on the offense. So it's going to be 2nd and 35 for this Outlaws offense. Quarterback back to pass. Throws it across the middle. And the ball was batted down, so incomplete on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long, 3rd and 35 for the Outlaws at the top of this 4th quarter. Very dangerous area to throw across the middle with a lot of defenders in the area. So the Outlaws will come out with a 5 wide receiver set. Quarterbacks in shotgun. Quarterback back to pass. He'll throw it out. And that's going to be pass interference, and they'll get an automatic first over that. Didn't need to put his arms around the would-be receiver. So they bail out the Outlaws, which was in 3rd and 35. All right, so that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line after facing a 3rd and 35. An expensive penalty for the Eagles. So 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Outlaws and 5 wide receiver set. Once again, quarterbacks in shotgun. Player in motion. Quarterback back to pass. He'll scan the field, throws the ball across the middle, and incomplete on the play. Had a wide open receiver close around the 40-yard line, and it's a no-go there. So 8 minutes and 33 seconds, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for this Outlaws offense. Handoff, cuts up in the middle, and maybe about a 3-yard gain. It depends on the spot. That's going to bring up around 3rd and 7 for the Outlaws. Five wide, quarterback and shotgun. Throws an out, close to around the 30-yard line. Gets close to around the 35-yard line. Hand up the middle, tough tackle, maybe a gain of 1. Quarterback back to pass, goes over the top and incomplete. And that's going to be 3rd and, let's call it 9 for this Outlaws offense. 5 minutes and 51 seconds and the second quarter. Scoreless game between the Eagles and the Outlaws. Five wide receiver yet again, and haven't really seen the Outlaws really in this type of offense before. Today they're just throwing the ball around, a lot of 5 wide receiver set, and I guess this is something that they wanted to pull out for nationals. Probably haven't shown this type of formation and plays as of yet, and hasn't been able to really connect on any of those passes thus far. So that's going to bring up 4th and long for this Outlaws offense. It's decision time. The ball is placed at their own 37-yard line. So let's see if they bring the punt team out, because I'm sure they're going to want to engage in a field position game against this Eagles offense. Timeout on the field.
Come on, bro. Come on, let's go, bro. Come on, let's go! Where's that time? It is that time to drop the helmet!
And so the punt team is in for the Outlaws. Return man backing up to around the 45-yard line. They'll switch return man now, right before the snap. Punt takes a bounce. And then ball will be spotted around the 33-yard line. And that is where the Georgia Eagles will set up their offense with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left in their second quarter play. Your score is 0-0 right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network. Quarterbacks under center, player in motion. Hand out to the right-hand side, hit in the backfield, flags all over the play. Holding on the offense, so both offenses getting tagged with these holding calls, backing them back up. And a lot of defensive penetration by number 44, Patrick of the Outlaws. Quarterback is in shotgun. Four wide receiver, handoff to the right-hand side. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of one. Not a lot of room there as these Eagles offense is trying to climb out of their holding call. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the second quarter. And always a tightly contested score between both of these teams. Last time they played earlier this year, it was a difference of a point. So quarterback and shotgun, they're shifting some players around. A lot of shifting going on here. So both receivers will switch sides, and they'll have to be careful not to catch a delay of game here. And they'll call a timeout, knowing that that clock was about to expire right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network.
Texas and Florida boys, come check us out. Yeah, check us out, yeah.
Quarterback back to pass. He'll wind up, throw it long, and almost intercepted and drops it at the 47-yard line. Bringing up 3rd and long for this Eagles offense with 3 minutes and 16 seconds in the second quarter. Players in motion. And that's going to be a false start. No one got set. You had 2 players in motion. And that is illegal. So a lot of penalties in this heavyweight championship bout, as these offenses can't get out of their own way between holding and false starts. Back them up to 3rd and very long. Player in motion for the Eagles, quarterback's in shotgun. And his pressure is coming. He gets the ball out. And no flags on the play. And so that would mean it's going to be punt time for this Eagles offense. Was a little contact before the play. No flags. 2 minutes and 27 seconds in this first half of play. Ball is back, punt is up. Takes a bounce. And the ball will be spotted close to around the 35-yard line. Outlaws direct snap quarterback. Try to get the edge. He has some room, and he's tripped up. I want to say around the 32-yard line. Be close to around a gain of 5. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Minute 55 seconds left in the second quarter. Score 0-0. And tackled. And the ball is out. No whistles. And they're blowing it dead. So they're going to say the ground caused a fumble. Let's take a look at that play, and let's see if the ball was out before he hit the ground. And he looks like he was down on that play. And the ground cannot cause a fumble. So that's going to bring up 3rd and around 5 for this Outlaws offense.
Looked like knee went down, but I can't see that hash mark, so I don't know if it was moving or not. That can go either way.
So inconclusive evidence there. You go with the call that's called on the field. Yeah, let's see if the coach is throwing the red flag here. And so we got Blue up here in the booth with us. He'll take a look at this play. And they're taking a close look at this play.
It looks, hold on 1 second, bro. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. He was down. It looked like his right knee went down when he made that jump out, and it's down, bro. Give it back to the offense. We gonna have another.
And you hear the Blue hat up here saying his knee was down. Not enough evidence to overturn that on the field.
Well, he don't have any more timeouts, and he used a challenge, so we're trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, it's down. Yeah,
Knee is down. So that will be Outlaws ball. So you got to love the technology here over at the YNC. Red flag challenge. So that's going to be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 for the Outlaws. And not a lot of room. That defensive front has been stingy all night on the interior of that Eagles defense. So a minute left in this first half of play. And timeout on the field. Twin City. And flags come in late on the play. So that's a block in the back against Twin City. Declined that penalty, 52 seconds left in the first half of play, score 0-0. Quarterback calls his own number. Takes a step, drop, and runs up. Not a lot of room there. It's maybe a gain of 3 on the play. That's going to bring up, oh, it looks like a 4-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 6 with approaching 30 seconds left in this half of football. Eagles come out 5 wide receivers wide. Clock dwindling down. They'll have to run it quick before the half expires. And that'll do it. It's halftime. So there you have it right now, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 0-0, first half of action between Twin City and Georgia Eagles. When we return, we'll bring you the second half of the YNC 9 and under championship game. And the second half kicks off right here between the Georgia Eagles and Twin City Outlaws. If you're just tuning in right now to Generation XU Sports Network, the score is 0-0 between the Georgia Eagles, Twin City, beginning of the second half, opening drive of the second half. Hand off to the right-hand side, and he'll try to power his way forward for a couple of yards. And that'll get to around the 48-yard line of the Georgia Eagles. Wishbone formation for Twin City. And I've once again right up the middle, running at the interior of this Georgia Eagles offense, getting close to the sticks. Let's see where they mark him. And he'll be close around the 42-yard line. It's going to be third and very short for this Twin City offense. It'll be right at the sticks. And that's going to be enough for a first down. They take the measurement. And let's see what the signal is. Oh, they're going to be maybe third and half a yard. Hand off to the left-hand side. Gets across the sticks this time, and he'll convert for a first down for Twin City. So 8 minutes and 18 seconds. First and 10. Ball is spotted around the 41-yard line. Quarterback under center. Handoff up the middle. Second and 7. Wishbone formation, double tight. Hand off to the fullback, and he lowers his shoulders and power forward. And that's going to bring up third and maybe 3. Third and 4 for Twin City. 7 minutes and 3 seconds in the third quarter, scoreless game. It seems like the halftime adjustment for this Twin City offense is just to run directly at this Georgia Eagles defense. Handoff once again off tackle and has a lot of room, and he's going to power forward for another first down for Twin City Outlaws. Handoff once again. Another strong run, and this time a flag comes in late. And another flag comes in. So I think one of those are going to be a dead ball foul. So you'll have 25 yards of penalties assessed against Twin City there. You had holding call, and then you had one of the players say a little something to the referee, dead ball foul, backs him up 15 yards. So that's going to be a total of 25 yards and penalties on that one play. So they'll mark those yards off against the Outlaws right now.
They're assessing.
Quarterback's under center. And a little confusion there. As he wanted to hand the ball off, he'll call his own number and try to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Twins receivers to the bottom and top of your screen, quarterbacks in shotgun. And incomplete on the play, broken up by a would-be defender for the Eagles. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Outlaws. 3rd and long. And there's going to be a lot of pressure provided by that Eagles defense and a big sack. And they'll back them up all the way to his forward progress. Let's see where they spot the ball, close to around the 40-yard line. So Outlaws going the opposite way between penalties and a quarterback sack. They flipped the field, and they're now back in Georgia Eagles territory. So that's going to bring up 4th and very long for the Outlaws. Couldn't imagine any other play besides the punt team right now. And gets the punt out to maybe around the 40-yard line. It's received there, has a little room, and he's going to be tackled right across the 40-yard line. So they'll set their offense up close to maybe around the 42-yard line after the punt from the Outlaws. So we have third quarter action, ladies and gentlemen. Your score is 0-0, 3 minutes and 35 seconds in the third. And both teams waiting for their offense to give them some signs of life as they're going up against both of these talented defenses. Quarterback in shotgun, hands it off right up the middle. Hasn't been a lot of room at that defensive front, led by number 44, Patrick. He's been a load to block, and every time they've ran his way, he's made the play. So that's only going to be 2nd and 8, a gain of 2. Spread formation once again, 4 wide receivers, 1 back set. This time the quarterback calls his own number, and there's going to be a flag in the play. And that's going to be holding against the Eagles. They'll back them up 10 yards. And another flag, once again. And that's going to be a dead ball foul whenever you see that play is happening. And that's going to go against the Eagles. So they'll get the same treatment as Twin City has. So they'll get a holding and they'll get a 15-yarder. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander here. Quarterback back to pass. Step up in the pocket, and he's sacked. Big defensive play by Twin City. So now Twin City going the opposite way. Excuse me, it's Georgia Eagles going the opposite way. We just saw it on the previous offensive series by the Outlaws. Quarterback back to pass for the Eagles once again. Incomplete on the play, and that means the punt team is neither going to come in for this Eagles offense. Have both offenses really not able to fill their way out against these defenses. 1 minute and 42 seconds left in this third quarter of play. Punt is up. And it takes an Eagles bounce to maybe around the 32-yard line. And Twin City will have excellent field position with 1:24 in the third quarter. So they'll start this drive at the 32, 33-yard line. Double tight formation, and we'll have a timeout on the Outlaws. So when we come back, we'll have continued coverage of this 9 and under action championship game for YNC.
zone and highlight, they rewind me. They come and find me and then invite me to wine. See, I came for MVP to have a whole league behind me. Don't play in big places like IMG. Hey, you battle tested, you ain't bad at test. Come and play against the best and from the generation next. Hey, hopping all on Facebook, not going for that flex. When a tough game get set, we do our best to try to pull up where they at. Hey, you ain't get no invite, just sitting around hanging. What you thinking? You ain't in if you ain't in them power rankings. Hey, yeah, it get lit. Hey, hotter than a sauna. Hey, try again next year, you might get a call from Jonah. Hey, but it ain't no way, you gotta come outside and play. Hey, if they can come to you, then go and play them games away.
And off left-hand side, not a lot of room there, as both of these offenses, as being so highly ranked, just going up against each other. This is the usual matchup between these two teams. It's always a defensive battle. And you can see the philosophies have changed for this Outlaws offense. They came out in the first half, 5 wide receiver set. We haven't seen that at all this second half. It's all been wishbone and double tights, just trying to run at the interior of this Eagles defense. Defense crowd the box. They bring the safety down into the box. And nothing there. Oh, he's still on his feet, and he'll be clipped. As the Eagles are selling out against this run right now, bringing everybody inside of the box. So that may be a gain of 2 on the play. Gets across the 30-yard line. Maybe spotted at the 29, going to bring up 3rd and 6 for this Outlaws offense. Double tights, wishbone formation once again. This time he'll pitch it, cuts back to the middle, has some room, has a crease, gets across the sticks, and that's going to be a first down for this Outlaws offense. And it is going to be 4th quarter as he was able to convert the first down for this Eagles, for the Outlaws offense.
Oh. Okay. Ah! Oh. Hey, I'm trying to be calm. C-R-U-E. Tell them how we gonna go. Tell them why they don't want to. Tell them why they better run. Stand up, make it crawl. Stand up, okay. Here we come to get you. Okay.
And off left-hand side, cuts back to the middle, tries to follow some block to get close to around the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21. Gain of 1. Top of the 4th quarter. And only a quarter stands between these two teams and their destiny of who will be the YNC 9 and under national champion. Wishbone formation. Eagles show run blitz. And he breaks through the first level. And he'll get to around the 12-yard line. And you can see the Outlaws, you can see the Eagles blitz. But they run right by the ball carrier. And he'll move the chains once again for this Outlaws offense. The way this game is going, you got to figure who scores first might have the advantage to win this whole entire thing for the lack of offense between both of them. Best drive for the Outlaws thus far. Handoff once again to the tailback, and he'll get across the 10 this time and probably get it to around maybe the 9-yard line. Gain of 3. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for Twin City. And they try to sneak the fullback through the line of scrimmage, gets a couple yards there on schedule at the 3rd and maybe 4. First down marker is maybe at the 2.5-yard line, so the Outlaws can get another first down before seeing the end zone. This time handoff, cuts it back, is still on his feet. And some good yak yards there for the Outlaws. And that's going to make it 4th and 1 for this Outlaws offense. So a very important 4th down for both teams right now. If the Outlaws even gain a yard, they get a new set of downs right at 1st and goal. And I don't know if he got it, ladies and gentlemen. They hit him right at the line of scrimmage. And so right now the spot is at the 3. They needed to get to around the 2.5. So this is going to, if it's short, it's not going to be short by much. And so the indication that it's going to be 1st and 10, turn or 1 downs. Georgia Eagles stand in the paint where Twin City only needed a 1/2 yard for a first, did not make it. So the Georgia Eagles bend but do not break mentality proves to serve them well in this 4th quarter action with 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Now that's the good news for the Eagles. What's the bad news for the Eagles? That their backs are against their own end zone. And we've seen games between these two where 2 points can be the winner of this game. So the Eagles have to be very careful here and not to give up a safety, because that can prove to be deadly in such an even contested matchup between these two teams. So quarterbacks is under center, I formation. They'll hand off to the fullback, and they were expecting that. Not a lot of room there, so he's getting some yak yards after the fact, and the pushing the pow is going to get them a little room. And Twin City is saying they got the ball back, and they do. They get the ball back through pushing in that pow. The ball was not, the play was not blown dead. And the indication is that it is Twin City ball. That is huge here with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in this game. Huge play. So we're getting the calls right up here. So that was the wrong indication, saying he was down. Trying to get these signals up here. We're in the press box. Defense is still out. So that hand signal, not correct by Blue. It's still going to be Eagles ball. Called him down by forward progress. Audible called at the line of scrimmage. He's changing the plays to his backs. 2nd and 4. Handoff right up the middle. Get across the 10-yard line, and maybe a gain of 1 or 2 at best. Hand out to the fullback, and he breaks through the pile, and that's going to be enough for a first down conversion. They'll move the chains for the Georgia Eagles. Four minutes and 20 seconds and ticking. Ladies and gentlemen, the score is 0-0. Georgia Eagles 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. And that's going to be offsides defense. He makes contact, and so they will mark off the 5 yards. Quarterback rolls out. He has pressure. He lets the ball go and almost picked off as there was being a lot of pressure being applied by that Twin Cities defense. Quarterback had to let it go earlier than he wanted to. Incomplete pass. Clock stops at 3 minutes and 8 seconds. 2nd and 6, Georgia Eagles. Quarterback under center. Hands out to the tailback. Has a little room there. Gets out to the 30-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for this Georgia Eagles offense late into this third quarter as the clock is ticking down to 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Clock still rocking, and it is 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in this game. No sense of urgency right now, still coming out with the same play calling as and so forth as regular huddles. Gets around to the 35-yard line. Clock at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. No hurry-up offense thus far, not trying to score points before this regulation clock run runs out in 2 minutes. Sending in the quarterback from the sideline. It almost gives you the sense that they're willing to play in overtime. Hand off right-hand side, breaks the tackle, out to the 40, gets out to around the 45-yard line. Minute 34 left in the game. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Handoff once again. Same play. Gets across the 45-yard line. Maybe a gain of 2 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this game. And timeout Eagles. And it's very odd that, you know, I've seen this Eagles team play before. They do have a passing game. And it's odd to think, hey, why would they just be running off tackle with just under 2 minutes? Haven't opened it up. And so you would want to think, are they playing for overtime? Playing it safe? And 1 minute and 6 seconds left in this contest. And NCAA rules, overtime, both teams get the opportunity to score at the 25-yard line, just like they do in college football, until they score. So you'll have 2 overtimes that's done that way. If you approach the 3rd overtime and no one scores, then the ball would be placed at the 3. So regular NCAA rules for overtime at the 25-yard line. So right now, before we even reach there, 1 minute 6, quarterback back to pass, he'll throw a screen, and he's going to be crushed as he tried to catch the screen. The defender all over that play, doesn't work. So that is a catch. The clock is running. Ball at the 49-yard line. 30 seconds left in this game and running. No sense of urgency from the offense to try to get this ball down the field. Still shifting players on the left and the right-hand side. A lot of time coming off the clock. Quarterback's in shotgun. Player goes to the flat, looks downfield, throws across the middle, makes one missing. Now it's going to be a race for the end zone. It's going to be a foot race to the 10. And it's going to be touchdown Eagles with 7.4 seconds in the game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 7.4 seconds left on the clock. Wow. Let's look at that play as the play action froze everyone. Look at this play here, ladies and gentlemen. Quarterback goes, he throws it quick, and the safety just took the wrong angle. Then it was just a foot race all the way to the end zone. Tried to trip him up, did not trip him up. Touchdown, Eagles. And now we got some unsportsmanlike against the defense, the sidelines, laundry everywhere. That might probably be offsetting, but oh my gosh. Welcome to the YNC, baby. When every second on the clock counts. You think they were playing for, and I myself included, that they were playing for overtime. And I've seen the quarterback for this Eagle teams before, and we know he has an arm, and we know they have receivers. And we're just seeing the running plays, but they reserved it, and they saved the best for last. 7 seconds, 7.4 seconds, and they put on a show here in South Florida in Travis Powell. 7.4 seconds left in this game. Watch that play one more time. Everybody wants to know who that number was as a wide receiver. See it for yourself. Makes a safety miss. He gives his celebration dance, and why not? You just put your team on your back, young man. So we're lining up for the point after attempt. And you got to say that was a great play call, because whenever you throw a pop pass, you don't allow that defense to be able to get their hands up or get to the quarterback. And that came out quicker than Dan Marino in his best days. And extra point is no good. Your score is 6-0, 7.4 seconds left in this game. Number 10 on that reception for Georgia Eagles. But you got to give the credit to the quarterback as he was able to get that ball in his hand, throw a strike. And it was a hard pass to throw. That was not. It wasn't an easy catch. An easy throw to make as you place it over the linebacker but in front of the safety. And wow. So here goes the 7.4 seconds left in this contest, 9 and under national championship. And we'll come to 3.7 seconds left. So the Outlaws will have one play left. Their season hinges on 3.7 seconds. So we have offsides on the kicking team. But with only 3.7 seconds, I'm sure they're not going to elect to have them re-kick it because that can eat up the rest of the time. So they're going to settle where they are and probably mark off the 5 yards from the spot. So most likely this ball will be spotted at midfield. And so when the ball was actually touched and down, the umpire just signaled up to the booth to make sure it is 5.6 seconds left on the clock. So if you're just joining this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a 0-0 game all the way up into the last 7 seconds. Georgia Eagles at midfield takes a snap, delivers a strike to number 10 on a pop pass, and he does the rest. He puts a move on the safety and out accelerates the defenders to the end zone to go up 6-0 for a touchdown. Score is 6-0. 5 seconds left in the game. It is now Twin Cities ball. You will want to say they probably have an opportunity for one play, so they'll come out 5 wide. Quarterback's going to be in shotgun. And there's only a deep cover 3. Quarterback back to pass. He has pressure. He lets the ball fly. It's caught at the 30-yard line, still on his feet. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. That's ball game. And the Georgia Eagles have upset the #1 team in the nation right here at the YNC. They are the 2022 9 and under Youth National Champions. You saw it go down right here on Generation X, powered by AG Sports. We're the best play here. It's been crazy games the entire week, and why not? And why stop it here? Why stop it here?